Welcome back to an episode of Minutes Truth. I am your number one host on this show, and I've got some good stuff for you today. Got a lot of news, and I got a lot of segments on, terrible people, since it is Monday. Um, Good morning, Juniper. How are you doing this fine young morning? Batmom, always good to see you as usual. Uh, excuse me. But before we get into anything, because, it's a great day, it's Monday, always got to start off with a cup of coffee and hype music. Y'all ready for some hype music? I know you're ready for hype's music. Hype music. Let's do this, niggas. I don't post this on my social media about me being in the military. I did not buffer you, Kenny Loggins. Good morning, ladies
Another issue
and
that highlighted
gentlemen, children of 18 and above, and everyone else that just happened to be lurking in the rear. Well, that sounded bad. Sorry, my hair doesn't want to cooperate this morning. Got a lot of stuff. We're going to go over politicians. We're going to go over bad people doing bad things, which is a majority. What then I've got, I got to do street interviews because that's what I like to watch. And sometimes you see some stupid people. Sometimes you see some really smart people. And why do I feel or look like I'm high when I'm not even smoking yet? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's get into the first video. And this has to do with FEMA, Florida, and hurricanes. Oh, and if you're a Trump supporter, you're fucked.
the incompetency of Joe Biden was hurricane relief and FEMA's reaction, right?
Yeah.
And Joe Biden was in charge, but Kamala Harris was running, and there was there was an avoidance of wanting to talk about how significant the impact is on so many communities based on two hurricanes. Now, according to the Daily Wire, this is a staggering story. FEMA officials, which should be helping everybody, directed hurricane relief workers in Florida to avoid certain homes that had Trump signs in their lawn.
Moni, whatever the fuck her name's going to be.
Wire. A FEMA supervisor told workers in a message to avoid homes advertising Trump as they canvassed Lake Placid, Florida, to identify residents who could qualify for federal aid. Internal messages viewed by the Daily Wire reveal. The supervisor, Marnie Washington, relayed this message both verbally and in group chat used by the relief team. Multiple government employees told the Daily Wire. So now hurricane relief also politicized.
Yeah, no question. And by the way, there was already outrage that so many FEMA funds had been raided to give to illegal immigrants. And so obviously people are saying we gotta take the politics out of something as essential as emergency relief. I mean, this is insane. And by the way, the FEMA spokesperson has a statement. FEMA helps all survivors regardless of their political preference or affiliation. And we are deeply disturbed by this employee's actions. While we believe this is an isolated incident, we've taken measures to remove the employee from their role and are investigating the matter to prevent this from happening ever again. The employee who issued this guidance had no authority and was given no direction from anyone to tell teams to avoid these homes. And we are reaching out to the people who have not been reached as a result
of
this incident. Well, I mean, I'm surprised that, I mean, you see lots of agencies getting politicized. This is one you really wouldn't expect.
Well, it's not just... To me, my focus is less on FEMA and more, I would imagine this is the case in every government agency. And what it does is show the depth of the cancer inside of our government. And that you have to root out politicization at the highest levels, for example, of the DOJ. But you have to also understand there's a bureaucracy under every one of these state departments where you have, you know, foot soldiers who behave in the same manner as Merrick Garland. Right. And in order to really reform the bureaucracy, I actually think you are going to need, like Elon Musk walking through the lobbies of Washington, D.C. with a sink in his hands. He's going to have to sit there with the Department of Government Efficiency and cut it down to the size you could drown it in a bathtub. Otherwise,
you should literally walk down through the halls of Congress right now with a fucking garbage can, you know, the ones you push around. Either Elon Musk, Vivek Ramaswamy, Donald Trump. That would be a fucking epic troll.
Where we are now.
That's the challenge. That, to me, is one of the most interesting things about how this will play out. So Elon Musk fired 90% of Twitter, turned it into X because he had to change the culture. It doesn't work that way with government. You wish it could. I remember what we did with the department.
You can, though.
You can. You just have to do it on a certain process. And you got to be dedicated to doing it and demonstrating how to do it.
Well, the first thing you have to do is take out the unionization of federal employees so that they're fireable. Absolutely. And I also heard that, and by the way, Vivek...
That is a massive task. We did that at the VA when we were running out at just the VA, and they refused to use it inside the VA. So the government bureaucracy then fights back and says, okay, we have this tool, but we're not going to use it. And they certainly don't. I mean, it's the fight worth having. That is the fight to have.
It is the most important fight. And
I would be equally pessimistic just because based upon our history and the size of this thing. I think the only thing that gives me some inspiration, well, there's two things. One, the involvement of Elon Musk. I think that is incredibly big. And the second is to see some model of it in Argentina with Javier Milei. I mean, he has actually cut down government when it's hard to find an example on the world stage. There is actually one in Argentina.
Yeah. And they have seen, by the way, a decrease in their inflation rates like at this astounding rate just since he took office. So these things can be turned around. The other thing that Donald Trump said just this week, I believe, he said, we're going to move some of these agencies to other states. That's a really amazing way to make sure that it's not just these really liberal D.C. suburb kind of people that are populating the bureaucracy. Get it out, decentralize, make sure that these agencies are representative of the people. And I think that would help to get them depoliticized. It's an amazing idea.
Love that.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click
that
here to subscribe.
Ainsley. Oh, shit. You weren't supposed to do that, you fucking retard. All right. Oh, this is sad. All right, we're going to get into some... All right. Some people really shouldn't have parents or shouldn't be parents or caregivers or dating somebody that is a parent. It's just weird and stupid. And then you have situations where an 8-year-old boy gets beaten to death.
Family tells us when they went to the Wayne County morgue to identify 8-year-old Adrian Jr., he had visible signs of head trauma and injuries to his face. We're told he was beaten to death.
It was like,
what up, Zip?
Like, I just was so empty, and my family support. We walked inside and we asked did she have him? And that's when it got real. It was true. He was there.
Just 24 hours before Adriana Tim sat down with us, she got a call that her grandson Adrian Jr. was killed.
He was the sweetest little thing. He was the sweetest kid, very smart.
The details unraveled a horror story. Early Friday morning, a 911 call sent paramedics to a home off Claremont on Detroit's east side. Adrian was unresponsive and later died at the hospital. The child allegedly beaten to death by his mother's live-in boyfriend, who is in police custody.
No reason for an 8-year-old baby to be dead.
Adriana is Adrian's grandma on his father's side. Adrian's dad was shot and killed when the child was just 1 year old,
shit.
but grandma stayed close to her grandson and his mom.
Jessica, I told her several times and times again, if ever you date, I don't trust people with my kids. So whenever you date, drop them off.
She says communication slowed the last 6 months and Adrian came around less. Grandma blames the suspect.
He would dictate when my grandson can come and spend weekends and go places with my daughter and I and my other grandchildren.
The last memory on a loop in her mind, taking her grandson to get this shiny blue bike. He said he'd be back for it, but that day will never come.
That was the last time I seen my grandbaby alive.
Detroit police say they are working to secure warrants for charges against that suspect. That is why they're keeping details close to the vest for now. Reporting outside DPD headquarters.
Kind of man, if even
We are just getting
calls
some.
himself a fucking man, beats an 8-year-old boy to fucking death. Especially one, it's a child. Two, you're not even the father. So you're just beating up some random kid. What a good guy, right? A productive member of society. I bet the guy that beat the kid was going to grow up to be a doctor or a lawyer or whatever it is, right? I hope he gets the fucking death penalty and it's a slow, painful fucking death. What's up, DJ Fruit Loop? On to the next. I have a hard time believing in this next report. Not saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying it's kind of fishy.
Some new findings in the investigation into where a deluge of racist text messages are coming from. The recipients, as young as middle school. Those messages largely target Black Americans and warn them to prepare for a return to slavery. The FBI and law enforcement in at least 24 states, including Louisiana, are investigating. Right now, I'm joined by Louisiana's Attorney General, Liz Murrill, among those who are looking into this. So I understand you have at least some preliminary findings in your investigation. What can you tell us?
Well, we have some information that these text messages are being routed through a virtual private network server that's located in Poland. So, that doesn't tell us where the person is or the group or the organization is that's actually pushing them out. It could be from the basement of a small town.
But how does the person sending the messages know that these 16 to 18-year-olds are Black?
In Louisiana, or it could be coming from Bangladesh. We don't know that yet.
So tell me about what you folks
Text messages went out to Black people. Listen to this white lady.
are doing and what kind of cooperation. As I said, there are at least 24 different states now. I think initially they were saying maybe these were received in 10 states. Now it's up to 24 or 25. Who are you talking to? Who are your investigators cooperating with?
Well, of course, we are talking to the FBI. It is a national problem, not just a state problem that's limited to Louisiana. I can tell you it's not just text messages. I received one of these directly to my personal email just this morning.
Did you?
So they are
targeting Black Americans through text messages. Yet she received one of these through the email this morning, being a white woman. Show the email. Show the email. I want proof now. Show me the email.
going out fairly broadly. It is very much, it looks a lot like a phishing scam, and there is what appears to be a hyperlink in it. So we really want to caution people not to click on it. Delete it. You can report it to your to your attorney general if you're in another state, or to us in our state, and you can report it to the FBI. But we are all trying to get to the heart of it and figure out where they're coming from. But it behaves like a phishing scam. It can get into your network and perpetuate itself through your network.
And it also has had a real impact on people, the emotion that comes from getting something like this, the fear that it engenders. I wonder if you had an opportunity to talk to anyone else, particularly Black Americans, Black Louisianans, and what impact you're seeing or hearing about.
I haven't had that conversation with, I think that, I received one of them. They're vile. They're racist. They are certainly not from any official source. And I think every official that has seen them or heard about this has condemned them. So, our main message right now is not to be victimized, because we don't know whether it is some kind of phishing scam. It does appear to be a hyperlink in it. So we don't want people to click on it. And we would just urge people.
Not saying it didn't happen. Show me the fucking email. Right? You said you got one just this morning before the interview. Show the email. Inquiring minds want to know if you're telling the truth. Well, I want to know if you're telling the truth.
A call today for LA Unified.
All right. So, what happens when a person gets stabbed at a homeless shelter, right? Say, for instance, the two people involved are white and black males. Who do you think stabbed who? Wait, I think it was a white guy.
One man is facing charges after a stabbing this morning at a Grand Forks homeless shelter. 44-year-old Moses Am is charged with fleeing, reckless endangerment, and reckless driving. Attempted murder and aggravated assault charges are also possible.
Why did he stab him?
Police were called to Northland's rescue mission just before 8 this morning, where they found a 37-year-old man with stab wounds. During the investigation, a construction vehicle parked outside was stolen.
Okay.
Deputies chased the vehicle into Walsh County. That's where they were able to stop Am in a field near North Dakota Highway 17. The victim was taken to All True Hospital. Still no word on their condition.
An 82-year-old woman.
Oh, they didn't go through the whole story. It was definitely politically motivated. I don't know why I didn't get into that story, but it's okay. It's okay. It doesn't matter. Black guy stabs white guy, doesn't get shot by the cops. See? They don't always shoot the black guy. Relax. Relax, lefties. You guys want to see a hate crime? Not like me committing a hate crime, because that's just illegal. You want to see a white lady, old white lady, get arrested for a hate crime? Oh, how the tides are turning.
Was arrested in Edmonds for a hate crime and assault, and the whole thing was caught on body camera. Take a listen.
They stepped up on the podium and grabbed me. I turned around to acknowledge her.
Make America Great Again jacket.
Was right up
so she got up in your guys' face.
Yes.
Did she seem like she wanted to hurt you?
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't aggressive?
No, it wasn't like an aggressive, but she just punched me at my chin. Yes, she did. She punched me.
So she punched both.
Police say she went after two women rallying for now President-elect Trump.
As Fox 13's Lauren Donovan reports, she's back on the streets after spending time in the Snohomish County Jail.
Police say she landed herself there after punching a Trump supporter in the face, delivering a blow to the jaw. This is an 82-year-old woman we're talking about here, allegedly targeting two middle-aged women who were showing signs of support for the former president, flying flags, waving signs in Edmonds, targeting them because of their race.
Did she get up in your face?
Oh yeah.
How close was
she? So she was right there.
Okay.
And then she said, "You should know better." I said, "Why? Because I'm my skin color." I said, "You're a racist." And then she came up and she pushed me.
Okay. This all went down Monday, middle of the day. We're talking 1 in the afternoon. It happened right here along Edmonds Way, not far from the PCC and the Goodwill. So apparently she came up to a group of Trump supporters. They were waving flags of support by the intersection. And court docs show the woman in her 80s targets some brown people in the mix.
confronting them, asking why they voted for Trump, saying something to the
I'm brown.
effect of, quote, "Do you know what will happen to people like you if Trump is elected?"
More money?
Apparently, she pointed a finger at one of these women, referencing their skin color, saying they should know better. And after that, things popped off. One of the victims is a 55-year-old woman who claims the suspect insulted what she was wearing, then pushed her, and then socked her in the chin. The 82-year-old woman also punched the other victim, allegedly a 66-year-old woman. When police got there, they talked to witnesses and witnessed her aggression themselves.
The suspect was fairly non-apologetic for her actions in the moment, and even mentioned that she might continue to stay there and try to, continue to disrupt that lawful, peaceful assembly.
Edmonds police say after reviewing state law RCW, they determined what happened here was indeed a hate crime. Authorities say every election cycle they have campaign signs stolen or vandalized, but this is a wild one-off. Seeing someone of this age demographic being this confrontational and physical is very unusual.
Now, the question is, if this happened on Monday, why are we hearing about it now on Wednesday? Well, I asked that to Edmonds Police Commander Josh McClure, and he tells me the reason for that was they wanted to wait until the election was over because they didn't want to add any fuel to the fire of pre-election rising tensions. That's all for now with the Fox Local Live Desk. I'm Lauren Donovan. I'll send it back to you.
Thanks, Batman.
It is really on my heart this morning.
All right, so this is the Baltimore mayor, right? I think I've talked about this guy. He's young. He's basically talking about because nobody's voted for Kamala Harris that nobody supports black people and that he's making his priority to make black people more comfortable in the city of Baltimore. You were elected by the people. Shouldn't you be there for everybody? I mean, common sense would say that.
To say that as a man, but more importantly as a black man, that this country does not deserve black women or black people, but specifically black women. This morning,
what can I say? Black women are attracted to me, so does that mean I don't deserve them? I'll take them. I'll take them, especially when they're away from people like you. And I know you hate that. I know you hate it. I've seen it plenty of times. Not this guy, but other black men.
I woke up and I just gave my wife a hug because I know how heavy this is weighing on black women.
Is it?
They have carried this country and saved this country too many times and continue to be the most disrespected human beings on the planet. And it, quite frankly, it disgusts me.
So black people are 13% of the country. How many of those are women? And you mean they're the ones that carry this entire country? Black women have carried this country? Okay. I'm not buying into that.
I'm thinking about the world that we're going to bring our daughter into in a few months. And I want the vice president to know that her and her team did everything right in the right way. But the unfortunate reality is that this country is still steeped in racism.
Why are you reading the speech?
Sexism and
I mean, you don't mean it.
I am personally proud of her, and I know that so many others are the same. We appreciate her tenacity, her focus, her decency, and how she handled herself throughout this campaign.
Are you kidding me?
America does not deserve black women. They've saved this country over and over and over again. The work they did during the Civil War, when they stormed the beaches of Normandy.
Yep.
When he talks about black women like they're Jesus Christ. And I'm sure this man it sounds like he has no connection to a biblical worldview, and that's his right. But this is classic idolatry, that he's placed women, and particularly black women, on some pedestal of idolatry, and it's just inappropriate. From the very beginning, when he said, as a man, and then more importantly, as a black man, he's, being a black man is superior to being a man.
Seems
What
pretty
he's
racist.
arguing there or suggesting there. I just, you couldn't pay me to visit Baltimore at this point. If this is the type of leadership that they have, that the people there would elect someone this simple-minded and this idolatrous, no wonder Baltimore is in such chaos.
Things
and
like
decay.
5% are actually able to read by the time they
Sounds
graduate.
like a man who pees in the bed. Because what type of weak, wussy mess is this? And I'm giving him W's to cover that L. That was so weak, Jason. Why would you roll over in the bed and snuggle under your wife because of a rejection of one so-called black woman? There is nothing more unattractive than a weak man without a plan. Even if he felt like Kamala should win, what you do is stand 10 toes down and tell your wife, I'm still going to protect you. I'm still going to provide for you. So we gonna be all right. Hit that Kendrick Lamar. We gonna be all right. And if you're an old man, everything is gonna be all right. Because other than that, you sound weak and it's unattractive.
Beta bitch.
What does he mean America doesn't deserve black women? What it seems like is America doesn't desire a fake one. She wasn't a good candidate. She was an illegitimate choice, and she had nothing to offer. That's the bottom
Except for
line.
cackling.
Let's stop lying and tell the truth, and then maybe they can do better going forward.
Shamika, I love you to death.
What?
But you put me in bad spots. This is the most transparent show in all of YouTube and anywhere in the media space. And so because of my transparency, I'm about to confess to something that you forced me into confessing to.
Do it.
Back when I used to drink, like in a serious way, I occasionally will have a cocktail now. But
Still occasionally have a cock.
I've had a birthday or two where I drank a lot and I pissed in the bed, and so I have to.
I've never pissed in the
cop
bed.
to that just out of transparency.
There's some things you don't have to cop to.
Puke on the
That's
other
not
hand.
one of them.
Well, she called the man weak and said he peed in the bed, and so I'm
He
like,
wasn't drunk.
oh,
There you go.
Well, I just want to be crystal clear that I've made that mistake. It has happened to me, not in a long time.
Was there anybody else in the bed with you?
I'm not going to talk about that.
It's a
I'm
good
going to
point.
talk about who woke me up. But that's the old me, and I've been delivered from that, and that's why I'm so appreciative of God.
I was originally just going to
because
play
I've
the
been
news segment because I found that too. But what this lady says at the end, this is why I had to play this segment.
delivered from that kind of heathen, irresponsible behavior, and I don't drink like that anymore. But anyway, I just wanted to enter that into the record. But this whole, could you imagine living in Baltimore and being white, and this is how your mayor talks? He's not concerned about representing everybody. He's concerned about, my wife was upset, Kamala Harris, and so I got to come out as the spokesman for an entire city and talk about how my wife is feeling. So I got to say all these things to make my wife feel better. And so now when he goes home, his wife perhaps will do things to him that she normally doesn't do, or she only does on their anniversary or on. I don't know what the motivation is here. This is not, and if it is sound politically in Baltimore, it says something really terrible about Baltimore, and it says something about a level of racial idolatry and bigotry that's tolerated in Baltimore. And maybe that's the problem with Baltimore. Maybe that's why the city has all the issues that it has. Maybe it's not the white man.
All about being
maybe
black.
it's our mentality and the mentality that we tolerate from our so-called leaders.
Yeah, Jason, who he should be hugging up to are the students of Baltimore, because in high school, they are at 29% proficiency at grade level or above in reading, 10% for math, and it's less for the kids in the younger grades. So that's who he should be hugging up to and apologizing to for failing them in their education, because these kids will never stand a chance at holding political office or going on to be some type of
Have you seen Jasmine
president
Crockett?
or CEO of a company, because they can't read and they can't do math. So while he's sitting here whining about how Black women should feel, he should be really worried and focused about the kids in his district, because that's sad that they are
He
so
doesn't care.
behind.
Only Black women.
Justin just made an interesting point it's a really interesting point. And when I hear a guy talk this way and bring his wife into it, I hear a guilty conscience. I hear someone trying to play makeup for perhaps mistakes. And it always makes me go, oh, okay, this dude just got busted. His wife done read his DMs, or his wife done figured out his password on his cell phone, and he's got to go sit out here and beat his chest and tell his mistress or whoever he cheated with, I'm married, and I want my wife to know. I let everybody know I'm married, and ignore them DMs, baby. And this is again why I keep saying the price of true leadership is you have to live righteously. They can't have dirt on you. You can't be compromised. And his statement makes no sense. And the guy just won re-election 2 days ago. And I saw somewhere where they said Maryland's got a Black governor, a Black mayor in Baltimore, and so maybe something else Black, and then they got Lamar Jackson.
Or something.
Black quarterback. Yeah, and I was like, and you know what? They got a lot of problems too. So quit focusing on the color, and do they have leadership that actually has solutions rather than leadership that constantly has excuses for whatever the problem is? And the number one excuse, they're racist, and it's. I thought this morning. I'm gonna end on this note, but I want you to react to this, Shamika. I honestly don't think at this point, having seen what I've seen, having seen live 57 years, and having seen when I was a kid, interracial dating was a big deal. Big deal. You know, somebody crossed the street,
not so much.
I
think
everybody be talking about it. Parents would be upset. Blah 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 blah. And now it's nothing. No one cares. They just swiping right and left. They on Match.com. They on Tinder. They on whatever. No one cares. And so I truly believe no one, even bigoted white people, they don't really care about skin color. All they care about is your values. Are you playing your music too loud? Are your kids causing me trouble? Are you, do you cut your grass?
Yes.
And I said this morning, people think I'm crazy. The Grand Wizard of the KKK, if a Black family moved in next door to him and they cut their grass and didn't play their music loud and didn't bother him, I don't think he would care.
I don't think so either.
That's where we are with racism at this point as it relates to Black, white. People just want good neighbors that share their values.
Like State Farm?
And
Farmers. Whatever one it is.
It seems like we are the most focused on, it doesn't matter if white people are good neighbors, they're still evil. If they've done nothing to you, they're still evil. They're just waiting for the right moment. I know their daughter's dating your son, but they're just waiting for the right moment to be racist. These people, Brandon Scott and these people, their only path to power is pretending they're fighting white racism. They have nothing.
With
it's all
Black
pretending.
racism.
They have nothing else to offer.
I agree, Jason. And I was just telling someone last night, the best place to see that or that I saw that was at a Trump rally. When people say, oh, be careful, or, oh, they hate you, you don't get that feeling at all. It's literally people in there that just want to serve God, serve their family, and serve their country. Race doesn't even come into play, but you hear it more on the left. People not wanting you to say something because you're black or they're black and it's a black woman and everything is black, black, black. And I was also talking to someone who's really tired of hearing black women play the victim role. Like no one is interested in that anymore. And if black women are honest, men are not trying to control your bodies, because if they could, if
This right here, what she says in reality is a fact. They should pay attention to this. Let's rewind it so we get it in the right place.
men are not trying to control your bodies, because if they could, if what they thought actually mattered to you, you wouldn't be so fat and out of shape. So let's stop with the whole pretending they're trying to control you with abortion. If they could control your body, you would be more fit.
Help us grow the Fearless Army.
Oh, does that sting? You guys ready for the next epidemic? Well, guess what, Canada? This time you're going to be the outbreak monkey. Or, in this case, the outbreak bird.
To news out of BC now, where the province's health ministry says the first suspected human case of avian influenza in Canada has been detected. A teenager in British Columbia has tested positive for the virus, also known as bird flu, which can be fatal. Health officials are trying to determine the source of the exposure. As Global's Daria Zargar reports, there have been several cases detected in animals, but this is the first time it's crossed over into a human.
So what we know right now is the teen who tested positive is in the Fraser Health region. There's no word on their condition or where exactly in Fraser Health they're located. The province launched a public health investigation to pinpoint the source of the exposure, which will likely be a bird or other animal. Health officials are also reaching out to anyone who's been in contact with the teen. Now, one expert says the main concern is that this virus can mutate and can change if more infections occur, adding that it has epidemic and pandemic potential.
Now, it does spread to humans if you have direct contact with a sick animal, or if you are even in close contact, because this is an infection that does spread through the air. So people in close contact can get infected with this. And, fortunately for now, it's not very efficiently transmitted from person to person or from mammal to mammal.
Since October 21st, there have been 22 detected outbreaks in BC. A vast majority of those are in the Fraser Valley. As you can see here, most of those populating in Chilliwack and Abbotsford.
We're always concerned about the potential for an avian influenza infection on a farm. It's devastating for the farmers involved. And we all care about our animals and producing good food for British Columbians.
The bird flu is rare in humans, possible.
It's rare in humans, but about a decade ago, the U.S. Army was forcing, actually, U.S. government was forcing service members to take an experimental avian flu vaccine, which, obviously enough, was SARS-CoV-2. Not saying that, that there's any conspiracy.
10 minutes to the top of the hour.
None at all. Now, as we know that before the presidential election, there was a few caravans, at least 4,000 person caravan at one point, coming up through the southern border, trying to migrate to the United States before January 20th, 2025. Rumor has it that, yes, they may still be coming, but what they don't want you to know is Mexican authorities and military and the government are trying their best to disband them before they get to the United States. Whether or not that happens, don't know.
Everybody, and with the presidential inauguration just 70 days away, some cities along the U.S.-Mexico border say they are preparing for an influx of illegal crossings. Down in Texas, authorities are also concerned about an increasing number of unaccompanied children making their way to the country. News Nation's Jorge Ventura is live for us in Eagle Pass, Texas this morning. Jorge, what's happening with these migrant groups?
So, Marky, I'm here on the Eagle Pass border. It's one of the deadliest crossing points throughout the southern border. And authorities here, Texas DPS and Border Patrol agents, are already seeing those migrant encounters rise, but also a growing number of unaccompanied children. Just this past weekend, Texas DPS did encounter a group of over 100 migrants, including 13 children traveling alone, some young as 7 years old. These children often rely on strangers to be guided through cartel-controlled areas, adding extreme risk to their journeys. Now, Texas DPS reports a surge in unaccompanied minors, with over 100 arriving alone in the first half of October, many marked with colored wristbands by cartels signaling payment for crossing those dangerous areas. Now, when these children encounter authorities, they often have notes with them with sponsor addresses. Sometimes that address is actually written on them. Recently, a group of unaccompanied minors was found with addresses to sponsors in states like New York, California, Colorado, and Florida. And as of November 1st, the Department of Health and Human Services is caring for over 6,000 unaccompanied children, working to reduce the average stay of 34 days while prioritizing their safety. And with more children traveling alone, the surge is a reality here in Eagle Pass, and authorities say they are prepared for a larger migrant influx ahead of January's inauguration.
And Jorge, with the numbers increasing, do authorities have some sort of plan in place if the surge continues or even escalates?
That's in custody.
So authorities are telling us that they're bracing for all scenarios here. Texas DPS is doubling down on Operation Lone Star. Texas DPS also telling us that they have mass migration teams just in case of that larger surge in Brownsville and El Paso. National Guard, alongside local law enforcement, is already running intense battle-ready drills.
All they're doing
Captain Daniel Manning of Task Force East says these exercises keep these teams prepared for a swift action if these larger groups arrive ahead of January. Now, in Eagle Pass, National Guard soldiers from Texas and Louisiana are mortifying key sections along the border with razor wire and expanding the border wall in Cameron and Maverick County. And officials say that these measures can help manage the surge, but will stay on high alert ahead of January, Marky.
All right, Jorge Ventura live in Eagle Pass, Texas for us this morning with the latest from the border. Thank you so much.
Of course, they would pick a guy with a name like Jorge, right? So before we get into anything else, I will do a mandatory bathroom/music break. It's been almost 50 minutes, so we'll do it that way. I'll see y'all in a couple minutes.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to Join In.
Rolling
Oh, computer. There we go. And we're back. Whew. What are you doing? Retarded cats, man. I'm telling you. All right, that was fun. Music break. Let's see. So, when we go back to saying, you know, some people should not be parents, which is quite obvious most of the time. Oh, that's definitely a long ass break. All right. Yes, I forgot what I was saying. So this dumb bitch, we're not going to go into this too much. What happens when you have a mental illness and or you just don't give a fuck, and the authorities know this and they just don't care and they release you back to your family if you're a parent. Anyway, let's get more into the subject matter. This happened in 2023.
I can't hear you. Tiffany? All right, Tiffany, I'm going to change these handcuffs out, okay? And then I'm going to roll you over and I'm going to sit you up, all right?
Takes us to the Bluegrass State, Kentucky. More specifically, the small city of Shepherdsville.
It's supposed to be like super haunted in Shepherdsville.
Areas. Whether it be a trip to the flea market, a day out at Kart Country, home to the world's largest outdoor go-kart track, or a flight at lighter-than-air balloon adventures, there's something for everyone in Shepherdsville. However, you'll find that most visitors take the small drive up north to the larger city of Louisville if they're visiting the area. Shepherdsville is home to around 14,000 people. Statistics about the city vary depending on the source, but most state that it's a relatively safe place to live. Although violent crime does happen there more than you'd expect, which is quite shocking given the size of the community. What should be noted though is that most of the Shepherdsville residents are hardworking people who stay away from crime. The city is mainly made up of middle-class citizens who strive every day to hopefully pass their small fortune on to the next generation. One of those people would be 32-year-old Tiffany Lucas. There isn't much background information about Tiffany, so we don't really know what her life was like growing up. But we do know at least 3 things.
Hello, Yeti's daughter.
She had 2 beautiful sons, 6-year-old Maurice Baker Jr. and 9-year-old Jaden Howard. The boys were half-brothers, they had different fathers. She tried her hand at multiple business ventures. One of those would even make the local news.
WDRB has been digging into Tiffany Lucas' background to find out more about her. We learned that she was once a business owner, whom we interviewed actually in 2016. She had just opened Ms. Tiff's one-stop shop convenience store on West Broadway. We spoke with her 7 years ago about the impact as a young entrepreneur after Walmart pulled its plan to open a store in that same area.
A lot of people don't make their way down here, but if there's a Walmart, you know, you come out of the woodworks for Walmart. So probably would have brought a lot of people to, you know, stop and check us out.
That business would shut up shop just a year after the broadcast, and she had a drug addiction problem. To what drugs, however, isn't known. This wasn't no secret, at least to those closest to her. Believe it or not, some family members even called the Child Protective Services on multiple occasions to try and get the children
Don't worry, it's probably
taken
because you're
off her
driving.
because of this drug problem. That way, other family members could take care of the children. The CPS would take the call seriously and visited the home on every occasion that a complaint was made, but the result was the same.
So you mean a repeat customer with CPS?
Surprisingly, she managed to keep custody of the children. How she got away with it, we'll never truly know, but one can only assume that a mask was put on when she'd get a visit from the CPS. To keep up the facade of a non-drug taking, caring, loving mother, she'd post near enough daily on Facebook with the boys. My baby boy, firstborn, love child, Mr. Perfect himself. Jaden will be 6 tomorrow. No, I cannot wrap my head around it. Jaden is seriously the strongest, sweetest, most incredible little king I have ever met. And I'm not saying that because he's my child. Everyone who has met
Stop
Jaden
calling them
loves
king.
Jaden. And being around Jaden will tell you. God took his time with Jaden. God knew what he was doing with this one. I'm so blessed every day I get to spend with Jaden. The countless hugs, cuddles, and conversations we share, I could never take for
Sounds like a
granted.
single
I
mother.
love and admire Jaden every day, not just on his birthday. I love my kings different, and that's why Jaden and Peanut are different types of children. They are God-sent, and every wrong I have ever done or any hurt I have ever caused, I'm so
Yo, her
focused on
kid's called
correcting
Peanut.
and loving them longer and deeper. I strive every
You
single
squirrel?
day for them, their happiness, their future, and well-being. I cannot guarantee a lot of things in life, but I can guarantee the mother I will always be, the love I will always share, and the best I can ever give and do will be promised to you, my love. Jaden and Peanut. My whole heart and my whole existence is Jaden and Peanut's forevermore.
Oh, yeah?
Up watching them sleep, all the pain I endure in life is nothing compared to the blessings and love I get from them. Nothing can make a good day bad. True wealth is happiness. Smile, love, be happy, and thank God. Going back to bed, LOL. Every day is Mother's Day in my world. I can only thank God for blessing me with the utmost
I guess
respectful,
Father's Day is
compassionate,
also
strong,
Mother's Day for you.
silly, emotional, overprotective, obsessive, loving young kings that call me mommy, mom and mama. I don't think I would know how to smile, love, or survive if it wasn't for them. Even on our bad days, they shower me with an abundance of love. Always together, never apart, 3 souls, 1 heart. So as you can see, a facade it was. People who weren't in the know, including the CPS, would have seen a woman who was doing the best she could to do right by her children. However, that was all due to change in November of 2023. You see, this mask was about to drop. But by then it was too late because the children, ladies and gentlemen, would die at the hands of the woman. who
Wow,
was
can we
supposed to
just wait
protect
till we
them.
get to the point? Fuck, thanks for ruining it. I mean, not that it's a good thing, but fuck.
November 8th, 2023. Residents in the Bentwood Drive neighborhood that sits just outside of Shepherdsville contact 911 to tell them they've heard shots being fired inside a home in the area. While units are on their way, one local pulls up to his home unaware of the situation that's unfolding. All of a sudden, he notices that none other than Tiffany Lucas is laying on his driveway. My kids are dying. They're inside. The neighbor knew Tiffany and the boys well, so he sprung into action and headed to Tiffany's home to see what had went down. When he arrived, he came across a horrific scene. Both boys had been shot in the head, however they weren't deceased at that moment because, surprisingly, they were still breathing. That would all change a short while later though, because they would sadly die in hospital.
Yeah. Oddly enough. Didn't they do background checks for people who don't have kids just like they have to do if they own guns? No? Right. Because we don't do that shit. We're not China. But when CPS notices this was a repeat customer over and over and over and over again, this falls on them as well. They'll take the fucking kids away from missing school because they're sick. But they won't take kids away from bitches like this. And this is the end result. Sorry, Yeti kid.
She conscious? She conscious?
Curb stomp. Punt kick. Something.
Ma'am, what's your name? Huh? I can't hear you. Tiffany? All right, Tiffany, I'm going to change these handcuffs out, okay? And then I'm going to roll you over and I'm going to sit you up, all right? Make it move everything. You got your handcuffs on? Now I'm going to pick your hands up so you can take these off. Do not struggle. Do you understand me?
No, by all means, struggle. Try to run. Get up and... Too late. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. She's resisting taser.
Okay, now, I want you to listen to me. I'm going to take this arm. You're going to roll this direction, okay? You're going to sit up at the same time. You understand?
Well, you're standing.
1,
so.
2, 3. Take this leg, fold it in, make that foot touch your knee. Roll to the side. On the ground. Now, we're going to roll again this way, and I'm going to assist you up on your feet, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Have you taken anything? Have you been drinking? Then why can't you stand up? You just don't feel like it, huh?
I said I don't feel right.
You don't feel right?
Okay. I guess we'll put her in my car, and when EMS gets done in there, they can come over and check her out.
Is that the canine? Hell yeah. Bark in her ear. Oh, you perp walking through the front of the thing, huh?
Here, sit up here.
Wait, how did she get out of the canine vehicle?
Oh, you're not? No. Okay. We're going in over here. Watch the rocks. You tender-footed?
Tender-footed?
Okay. Stand here with him.
Police station?
Get my wand. Okay. I'm going to do that myself. You got a light? Will that light turn on? Okay. This is just a wand, okay? It's just to check you. You got anything on you?
Well, those things gotten smaller and smaller. Holy fuck.
Just the handcuffs. Yeah. We're just picking up the handcuffs and ankle bracelet. Okay. You got a necklace on?
Pins, needles.
I shot myself.
Huh?
I shot myself in the head.
You what?
I shot myself in my ear.
You shot yourself in the ear?
Huh?
Which ear?
Let's see. There's no blood.
I don't see anything.
What are you retards talking about? I thought it was like an old church, man.
There's nothing there. Okay. Okay.
All right. Maybe her ears are ringing.
We're going to take her back to the interview room. I got to go in and turn it on. So we want to wait till I get there. That way we can view her and just keep an eye on her. Okay. Okay. So, you want to have EMS come over just by what you just? Yeah. Start over here and then.
But there's nothing wrong with her ear.
Can you start EMS over here to SOS code 1B5?
You know who did get shot in the ear?
I'll tell you what.
Donald Trump.
You got your camera going?
President-elect.
Okay.
Donald Trump.
We'll have a seat in that chair until EMS comes and checks you out, okay?
Oh.
Sit up, sit up, sit up, sit up.
Whoa, is she trying to eat the table?
Right. Sit up, sit up,
What's
sit
going
up.
on? What's going on?
Just sit up, sit still. Take a deep breath. Just take a deep breath for me in your nose and out your mouth.
Not working.
Do it again. Take a deep breath for me. Do it again. Take some deep ones.
Well, when they got her, she was already laying on the ground. They didn't show her getting like thrown to the ground or whatnot.
Good. All right. Take a deep breath. I don't want you to fall over again. Are you all right? Okay. There'll be somebody in to talk to you in a few minutes.
Dude, their interrogation room looks like a hallway that they just boarded off or drywalled off.
You on camera. Move your fingers.
You're watching
Several
me?
times. Yeah.
Move my fingers how?
Every time, go. You keep moving them. Stop.
You mean changing my hand positions and
Yeah.
stuff? That's just me.
No, you're doing it. Boop, 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 boop.
Spirit fingers.
Don't do that.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, you are. I'm watching.
Close your legs,
What is
bitch.
that doing for you?
It's not right. Stop.
What's not right?
You.
How's it not right?
Look, I can't. It's on camera.
I know there's a camera. I'm wearing a camera.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't sit still.
Yeah. Every time a noise is in the background, your fingers are moving.
I move. That's what I do. I don't sit
To
still.
every sound you move,
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah.
to every sound
Mm-hmm.
you move.
Yeah.
I do. I don't sit still at all. My hands move. Everything moves.
To every footstep that you hear,
Mm-hmm.
you move your
I'm-
fingers.
I'm not an idle person. I don't move around. I
So
don't
you
sit
walk to
still.
other people's footsteps then, because that's what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You're walking to everyone else's. How do you know that?
How do I know what?
Other people's steps.
Because I hear them out there.
So you mark them.
So I can mark them
You mark all your steps.
as far as explain.
But look, every word you make, you move a finger.
Mm-hmm.
Is that how you're supposed to be?
That's how I am.
No. Is that how everyone is?
Yes.
That's how I am.
Do you do it?
I'm not gonna resist nothing. Can you just listen a little? I'm not a mean person. No, I seem ugly, but I'm not. I feel like I can manipulate
What are you doing?
games, systems,
Handcuffs
and
aren't that
everything.
hard.
Manipulate my children, manipulated my mind. All them game systems and, just everything.
The games, you said?
Yeah, like PlayStations, all the games the kids play.
Yeah.
It manipulates their minds and it makes it to your mind.
Yeah.
Let me get her bottle of water.
Let me see what I can find.
Okay.
Wait, did the interviews already happen? 12:50. Let's see.
See, as soon as you walked in. Do-do-do-do-do. Why is it doing that?
My phone.
As soon as you walk in the door? That's weird,
What
right?
is wrong with this
It's
bitch?
weird. As soon as people walk, sounds, that's not right.
Let me shut this.
See?
Let me shut this.
It's not right. See?
Not for right now.
Okay.
Every time I say something, your phone's going off.
I'm.
That's the least of your worries.
I wish it wasn't going off.
Uh-oh.
Almost the exact same age as my son. So, yeah. Well, I'm going to talk to you today about what happened earlier, okay? But can you tell me a little bit about yourself? I mean, where are you from, or where you grew up, or anything like that?
I know I look crazy, but I'm not.
Huh?
Because I know I look crazy, but I'm not crazy.
I don't think you look crazy. I'm just trying to, if I'm going to talk to someone, I'd rather know who they are. I can tell you a little bit about me,
I love my children.
You tell me a little bit about you. Okay.
I love my children.
Yeah, I bet you do.
So much. I wouldn't hurt them.
Oh, you wouldn't?
But I just feel like
Why are we here?
I felt back and I was letting them play the video games and I wasn't like focusing how I was supposed to, you know, and they get that video game and the YouTube and the kids, it just messes their minds up to where people can manipulate their
Messes their minds up? Or messed her mind up? And had a lot to do with the drugs as well.
parents or do whatever they want. And I feel like someone put something upon my house or me or something like
Insanity?
I just don't feel right. I'm not like I don't do this. I love my
Don't do what? Come on. Killed your kid. Do you expect this crying shit to work? Are we done? Wake up. Stop coddling the criminal.
How old are your kids?
Do you know? Do you need to say it in Spanish?
How old are your boys?
Jaden's 9, March is 6.
Are you from Louisville area?
Louisville.
Where are you from?
I'm from Chicago area.
Oh, really? How long you been here?
Like 11 years.
Okay. How'd you end up coming to Louisville?
I just came.
I'm sorry?
I just came.
Oh, just decided to move?
Yo, wake her up.
Yeah.
Where am I?
Where are you?
Yeah.
Well, you're not
You're
at
at the
home.
Bullitt County Sheriff's Office.
Oh shit, she already changed. So how's she still fucking lost?
Go ahead and stand up for me.
How is she still lost?
Go ahead and do me a favor and just put your hands behind your back like you're praying.
You pray with your hands
Like this.
front,
Hands
I
to the
believe.
ceiling. All right, ready?
Let's roll. Well, this interrogation video is crap.
Or does Mona have the paperwork? Or is she out here? Nope, I had you hold it. I ran up to my car.
Over the course of the interrogation, which hasn't been released to the public as of yet,
Ah.
detectives say that Tiffany, in a nutshell, admitted that she shot her children, but stated it was some kind of accident.
Both of
It
them?
was me. No one else was in the house that day. I'm in such a bad spot. I'm so stupid. I was being manipulated through Facebook. I would never do something like this unless someone was manipulating me. Or just a few of the excerpts that have been given to reporters by police. Not everyone bought into this strange motive though. Many family members say this was no accident, it was done on purpose, but they can't explain why she did it.
Commonwealth of Kentucky versus Tiffany Lucas. This is case number 23 CR 404. This is Miss Lucas. Come on, you're Miss Lucas. Come on over here to the podium.
Still off?
The matter is before the court today to review the status of her attorney. we're doing, ma'am, is just making sure you've made contact with your lawyer. Are you representing her?
Yes, Your Honor. Richard Lonizak with the
Oh,
Department
this
of
bitch
Public
changes her
Advocacy
plea
Trial Branch.
over and over.
On behalf of Ms. Lucas, we would like the opportunity at this
trial
time to formally
is
request discovery in the
14 days.
case. We've got no objection to any reciprocal discovery orders. We would ask the court, we did file a motion in district court to preserve evidence, and we just asked the court to adopt that order.
Okay. All we're here today for is attorney status. If you have specific motions, you need to file those with the court to be heard by the court. Now, if there have been made requests, Commonwealth is certainly on notice at this time for your request. The case was set today to make sure that Ms. Lucas was aware of who her attorney was. Do you have information to give her so that she knows how to contact you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Case is set for March the 18th at 1 o'clock to set for trial. We'll pass it to that date, all right?
Thank you, Your Honor.
That's all for you. Sir, would you write down your name and contact information for the clerk's office?
Yes, Your Honor. Actually,
Business card, asshole. Yeah, put your earpiece in, stupid. Other side. There you go. You. But wait, there's more.
Tiffany Lucas initially pleaded not guilty to the murder charges that were placed against her, and a trial date was given for December 17th, 2024. However, in September of 2024, she changed her plea to not guilty by reason of insanity. And although her defense was due to submit evidence stating that she had some sort of mental health issue, a request wasn't made to the court to evaluate her competency to stand trial. Strange. Whatever the case, just a month after that, Tiffany changed her plea to guilty as a part of an open plea. In other words, this plea puts her at the mercy of the court. It limits the request of the prosecutor by asking the judge to take a look at the case and the mitigating circumstances. There's no agreement put in place prior, and of course, given the circumstances of the case, the judge is due to hand down a harsh punishment. But for those of you who don't know, Kentucky does have the death penalty, so she's more than likely done this to avoid that. But again, there's no guarantee the judge won't sentence her to death. This type of guilty plea also means she's waived her right to an appeal.
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, Ms. Lucas is prepared to enter a change of plea. We would enter an open plea to both charges as alleged in the indictment. We have a motion and our plea, our guilty plea form prepared today, so we can go forward with that. And we would just note for the record that at this time there's no notice of aggravating circumstances filed in this case, which is a material condition of our interest in entering this plea.
All right, the defendant at this time is charged with 2 counts of murder, both the capital offenses. You've indicated it's her desire to enter an open plea. Is she intending to enter a plea of guilty to both of those charges?
Yes, Your Honor.
And as an open plea, Mr. Taylor, I assume the Commonwealth is not making a recommendation then?
That is correct.
All right, I need counsel to approach the bench. Ms. Lucas, I need you to please raise your right hand, ma'am. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you are about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Put your hand down. Would you gentlemen move that microphone right in front of her, ma'am? I think you're going to need to speak up just
What up,
a little
A-Cop?
bit. Can I have your full name?
Tiffany Ann Catherine Lucas,
Your address?
213 Bentwood Drive, Shepherdsville, Kentucky.
Your date of birth?
10-2-91.
And may I have the last 4 digits of your
Yo,
social security number?
you say 90?
0811.
How much education do you have?
I'm not saying that I'm not that much older than her, but I was like 9 years old. But damn.
High school.
Then you can read and write?
Yes, sir.
Do you suffer now, or have you ever suffered from any mental illness or defect which would affect your ability to think and reason?
No, sir.
At this time, are you ill or are you in any way impaired in your judgment?
No, sir.
Are you under the influence of alcohol or any other type of
I hope
drug?
not.
No, sir.
You understand what's happening in court at this time?
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, the indictment in this case charges in count 1, on or about the 8th day of November of 2023 in Bullitt County, Kentucky, The above named defendant, Tiffany Lucas, committed the offense of capital murder when she intentionally caused the death of J.H. by shooting him with a gun. Count 2 charges that on or about the 8th day of November of 2023 in Bullock County. The above defendant,
Why is she
Tiffany
smiling?
Lucas, committed the offense of capital murder when she intentionally caused the death of M.B. by shooting him with a gun. Now, ma'am, do you admit that you are the person named in that indictment?
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Satan.
Do you understand
Hold
the
on.
facts that you are charged with?
Good morning, Satan, Chicken Rooster Jesus Soup.
As your attorney
And thank
explained
you, and I
to
hope
you
your
the
day is
nature of
wonderful.
the charges against you, their penalty, and any possible defense that you might have.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, you have the following rights. You have a right to a trial by jury, where you will be represented by your attorney, and the Commonwealth will have to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You have a right not to testify against yourself or incriminate yourself in any way. You have a right to confront and cross-examine any witness which the Commonwealth would produce to testify against you. You also have a right to appeal to a higher court any conviction which you might receive at the jury trial in this court. Now, do you understand that you have those rights, but you do give them up when you enter a guilty plea?
Yes, sir.
Have you discussed your guilty plea with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Have you had all the time that you need to talk privately with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Is there anything that you've asked your attorneys to do in your defense that they have failed to do?
Appreciate you, Dragonflies. What are you doing today?
Services?
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, I've been presented here with a written motion to enter a guilty plea. Did you read this motion?
Yes, sir.
And did you sign it voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And is it your wish at this time to enter a guilty plea which follows the recommendation that is contained in the written offer?
Yes, sir.
Counsel, would you approach the bench?
With no trial moving forward, most of the information about this case may not be released to the public. But even if it does, we still may never know why Tiffany did what she did. If I was to take a guess at the motive behind the shooting, I would say that she was under the influence of drugs and for whatever reason, sadly lashed out on the boys. Take a look at her when she was arrested versus when she was sober in court. So I think it's safe to say that she was 100% under the influence and not having some sort of mental health crisis.
Right?
Tiffany is due to be sentenced on November 22nd, 2024, just a few weeks from when this video releases. So keep an eye out for that in the near
Sentenced,
future
guys.
to see how this case will be resolved.
Dumb bitch. I hope you get the fucking death penalty. Oh, thank God, because I need to pee right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have a mandatory music break. And then we're going to go over... Oh, shit, do I want to cut some of this out? Yeah, I'm going to cut 2 of these out because they don't pertain to what I want to show y'all. The next 2 after this video, well, one's going to be humor from Alex Stein and his buddy Cassidy. And then... yeah, I got this really fucked up dude that, you know, you need to watch your daughters in case they reject little faggots like the one that's gonna... Thanks, Telly, man. Good to see you, brother. But before, you know, I don't even like Liquid Death. It seems like carbonated water, which I would never drink, so I don't really know what's in it. Like I said, music break. I gotta use the bathroom, and, well, according to the United States government, I'm one of these.
If you're white, then you're a racist. If you're black, then you're oppressed. If you're an Indian, Asian, Hispanic, don't matter your lives and getting oppressed. If you're a cop, you're just a killer. And everyone knows you should be defunded. That way when shots ring out of blocks, the shooters will know no one is coming. Say that you're straight, I bet you hate gays. And all of that hate is cause you're afraid. And not cause you're sick of it shoved in your face while they celebrate with pornographic parades. And if you love God, well then you hate science. Even though both views are living with faith. Either have faith that God made the world in 6 days, or the universe did with a bang. I am so sick of these labels. I am so sick of celebrities pushing agendas whenever I'm flipping through cable. If you're a liberal, then you're gonna say that I suck and cry while I tell you the truth. And if you're conservative, every day you pray to Trump and smile with only one tooth. And if you're Republican, you hate colored skin and love KKK. And if you ain't Democrat, well then you ain't black. But if Joe say it, it's okay, okay. If you wear a mask, then you're a hero. Even though the fact is it does zero. Ain't an expert, oh you doubt me? Don't talk to me, talk to Fauci.
Right now, people should not be walking. There's no reason to be walking around with a mask. When you're in the middle of an outbreak, wearing a mask might make people feel a little bit better, and it might even block a droplet, but it's not providing the perfect protection that people think that it is. And often there are unintended consequences. People keep fiddling with the mask and they keep touching their face. Right now, people should not be walking. There's no reason to be walking around with a mask.
Let me be clear, you will not vaccinate me. Gotta pray for the sheep who can't see, they deceive. Or they sense of the truth, just more proof we ain't free. Thinking that we still are is the conspiracy. Man, they treat us like slaves. Not over here cause we used to be brave. I say used to be cause the new school generation full of cowards. Boy, I said what I said, and if you don't like it, then fight me, boy. You should be fighting for something. Y'all so brainwashed by your Nikes, boy. Tell you just do it, you still won't do nothing. We all online talking, but still won't do nothing. I'm drawing the line, gotta kill me, no bluffing. You think that I'm doing this way more than music? I'm forming a movement, enough is enough, man. It's time to unite for the American flag. Stop all these fights by who white, brown, or black. Cause if we don't fight to get America back, pretty soon we won't have no America left. It's pathetic, our president can't finish sentences. Should be locked up doing sentences. Cause last time I checked, I thought that was a crime. You say you ain't stealing, you left out your mind. The left is so blind, Lord, how many signs? You gotta keep sending us on the end times. Hell got so hot that the ocean on fire. The devil's the cat, but you know we alive. Rather die than retreat, I will never retire. I'm built for the heat, I run straight to the fire. When you telling the truth, then you get crucified. But the truth is a lie, so I ain't scared to die. Man, look in my eye, you think this is music? I got a voice and I'm finna use it. I don't follow money, I follow God. Y'all making music, I'm making movement. Dude, it's a truth, don't play the games that you play. You say screw my freedom, don't screw what you say. You call me a terrorist cause I have questions. When our government's the ones who act like Hussein. It's getting insane, this is so much more than music, boy. Music, boy. I got a voice, God gave me and I'm gonna use it, boy. Use it, boy. I don't make music, homie, I'm making a movement, boy. Movement, boy. So get with the movement or move it, dog. I said move it, boy. Move. So how about we chill with all of these labels? I am just me and you are just you. Stop judging books by covers they have and make love the way that we all introduce. And how about we chill with all of these labels? I am just me and you are just you. Stop judging books by covers they have and make love the way that we all introduce.
Zippity. I think I already said Zippity. Dominique, there you are. That's the name I was forgetting. Anyway, that was my music break because you know what? I can do whatever I want. I did my 20 years. I have all the freedoms that I fought for, and YouTube can kiss my ass. But every single one of you here, love y'all. But I do, one of the best things I like about people that do come here, for the most part, you keep it like I want it. I'm a dictator when it comes to my channel. Yeah, because y'all didn't fucking vote for me. Or I'm a god. Anyway, let's get back to, to humor. So this is a compilation of about 10 minutes of Cassidy Campbell and Alex Stein going to City Hall meetings and letting them know that they voted for Kamala.
I'm speaking in support of items 5 and 27 because we need to expand black voices. The voices of our African American brothers and sisters needs to be heard, especially after America.
You know, I was telling my daughter this morning, I've got more African American blood in than Kamala Harris does. Huh? They did her genealogy. No African. My genealogy. Got some African.
Chose to elect a white supremacist, an educated rapist, over the first African American female in United States history. And that's why it's so important, now more than ever, to be an ally to the black community. I am in a non-traditional relationship, and the lover that my wife took is an African American with Puerto Rican ancestry. And I see firsthand the struggle that people of color go through
Ellie,
on a daily
I prefer
basis.
using cedar. Way better than mothballs.
Thanks to my wife's boyfriend, Armando.
Cardio. I'm going to say fuck both BLMs. Black Lives Matter and the Bureau of Land Management.
Our country was built on a legacy of white supremacy, and we need to foster a culture of diversity, equity, and inclusion here in Austin. Especially
Hey, Jilly.
since we
Thank you.
elected a literal Nazi to be president!
Oh, before we get on all this they're trolling city halls.
And my wife, she's put me on a sex strike because she is no longer able to seek reproductive health care. And before the election, I had my very own chair right by the bedroom. And now I have to watch my wife and Armando make love from the closet. And it's so lonely in there.
You at least have a blanket.
So please, 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 for the love of science, for the love of healthcare, pass item 27 because abortion is healthcare and I am an ally to women.
You're really going to clap at that?
I thought that what I said was inspiring and touching, and I want to save democracy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm speaking in regards to item 27 because we need to fight disinformation and we need to do it now, all right? Look, Steve, I am scared, okay? Ever since that right-wing fascist Elon Musk bought Twitter, our democracy has been literally hanging on by a thread. You know, Twitter used to be a safe
Zippity, you're Irish, so you're pretty much black.
space for marginalized community, and now it's become a haven for MAGA terrorists. Just look who they're letting back onto Twitter, okay? Andrew Tate, Kanye West, and that Nazi journalist Savannah Hernandez.
What?
Just look at them. They are the physical embodiment of white supremacy. And Donald Trump, he doesn't even need to tweet because his presence is literal genocide.
Oh.
And that's why we need to cancel Twitter, because a free and open internet is textbook white supremacy. It's worse than the Holocaust. It's even worse than January 6th. My favorite website has become a cesspool for conspiracy theories.
What's
Just look
that?
at the way these MAGA QAnons talk about Jeffrey Epstein. Oh, Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. His friends want you to wear a mask and get vaccinated. Well, yeah, because Jeffrey Epstein's friends, they believe in science. And when they make light of his suicide, you're making light of mental illness because he did kill himself because he is a minor attracted person.
Whoa.
And minor attracted persons are members of the LGBTQ.
Go ahead.
I know you agree with me on this, Steve. I've seen the artwork in your apartment.
Thank you very much.
In 2015, Bernie Sanders woke me up. My openly gay 6-year-old transgender nephew wanted something different than most kids for his birthday. He wanted the COVID-19 vaccine for the greater good of humanity. Because unlike the racist Republicans, he wanted to protect our democracy and take on his social responsibility to do his part for the greater good. He is now gone from this world. He recently had a heart attack. But the doctors say they don't know what caused it, but I know what caused it. It was a stress from the Donald Trump supporters.
Oh.
And the science deniers.
Oh.
Racist, bigot, homophobe!
Whoa. Relax,
You
bro.
might recognize this man as one of the most evil men, if not the most evil man in history, is what you call him. But I have somebody who is much worse. His name is Donald J. Trump.
Oh.
Now let me tell you why Donald Trump is worse
Watch
than
it.
Adolf
Hey.
Hitler. Number one,
Hey, Dilly, you still in here?
Donald Trump hurts my feelings and Hitler does not. Number two, Hitler at least put people in quarantine camps and made them wear masks, while Donald Trump continues to spew out Russian disinformation. Third, Hitler had the decency and kindness to kill himself. Meanwhile, Donald Trump is still alive. At least Hitler had the decency to leave us alone. Trump, on the other hand, refuses to kill himself and makes him significantly worse.
Hold on. Here you go, Jilly. This one's for you. Can you find where I'm at? Can anybody guess which one's me? Look at all those fine people. Bet you can't guess which one's me. All right. That's it. You're done. It's like finding where's Javi. Jesus Christ.
Now we're in war with Ukraine and Russia. If we had a nuclear war, it would be worth it if it could just save one life. Imagine living in a world where people on selfish sides denying racist, transphobic, xenophobic, misogynistic bigots, where people actually supported democracy and took on their social responsibility. The only way to fight for our democracy.
You know what's funny? Most people always found me because of my hair. I gave no fucks about regulations.
Is to get vaccinated while supporting Ukraine in the fight.
No, it's not. You might be behind. Because when I see your comments, I see it in mine right away. What's up, Cardio?
One of the people
Harper.
I look up to, who I've begun to love, is Klaus Schwab, and he said by 2030 you will own nothing and be happy, and I stand with him because
Oh
I am
shit,
not
it is
selfish.
taking a minute. But it's not me.
And those who stand against it are selfish. My closing statement, my only regret is that I didn't stop Breonna Taylor's killers. I still remember like it was yesterday. I was shopping at Target in the Pride section looking for a shirt for my
Self-control.
6-year-old openly gay transgender nephew after I got off work at Starbucks where I'm a barista. But at least I know that I was helping the LGBTQ community while Breonna Taylor was killed. Every night I lay on my pillow and I pray that Dr. Fauci will
that's your
make a
time.
vaccine for white supremacy. I hate myself!
Thank you. That's your time. Appreciate it. Well,
I'm gonna take a knee for George Floyd.
yeah, could you do that over there so we can get the next person?
With the new abortion legislation brought forth by the Texas Supreme Court allowing the heartbeat bill and limiting abortions to 6 weeks is incredibly unconstitutional. Bill Gates' father, William Gates Sr., would be so disappointed in his son for letting this bill pass, considering Gates' family involvement in starting Planned Parenthood with Margaret Sanger. Currently, I'm in a situation where I have 3 different birthing people pregnant at the same time, and I would like for all of them to have abortions, but unfortunately with this new heartbeat bill, we're unable to get the usual abortions that we often get. I don't like to use any contraception whatsoever because it hinders my performance, so that's why I depend on abortions as a 100% effective form of birth control. But now that the state is making it almost impossible for birthing people to even get an abortion, I'm going to be forced to change my entire lifestyle. Roe versus Wade made it very clear that abortions are completely legal, and I wish Dallas would take a page out of New York's rule book and approve late-term abortion up to 6 hours after birth, because this would solve a lot of problems.
Oh, no.
for expectant
These are-
parents that don't want to have the
These
financial.
are trolls. These are actual trolls. All 3 of them. Cassidy Campbell, Alex Stein, and I can't remember who the third one is, but Alex Rosen used to do these as well. Because he's friends with them.
Obligation of raising a child that they didn't plan for with money that they don't have.
Actually, if you look, when Alex was trolling the Harris rally, Alex Stein was on the other side videotaping it as well.
And although I'm perfectly capable of financially supporting a young child, and I know that I would get crazy amount of likes and comments on my TikTok and Instagram accounts from all the cool baby photos, and I could post them in Armani and Gucci baby gear, and it's very easy for me to find birthing people that want me to leave my seed inside them, but unfortunately I don't have the time or the ability to change my vacations to Cabo San Lucas in Jamaica because those are non-refundable flights. And I travel to many other international destinations on a regular basis because my social media influence on
Look,
Instagram is similar to that
Well,
of
this is Alex Stein. Alex Rosen is Predator Poachers.
Bilzerian or Chrissy Teigen's. But sadly, with multiple children, this could hinder my ability to travel, and I know this may sound a little selfish, but my doctor and psychiatrist both prescribed me an eat, pray, love lifestyle ever since my first ex-wife and her new fiance died in a fire at our old lake house that she received in the divorce settlement. My two transgender children from the divorce, Decca and Alex, who are both on puberty blockers, were just surrendered to Child Protective Services until I can get my drunk driving problem behind me. Because I recently got a DWI outside of the Olive Garden on Technology Boulevard after the all-you-can-eat pasta promotion they have. But regardless of all the Pinot Grigio and Fettuccine Alfredo, I sit here in front of the mayor
Appreciate you,
and
Harper.
City Council begging that you use some of the budgetary funds to hire attorneys and file a lawsuit against Governor Abbott, just like you're suing for the mask mandate laws that are currently in place by the governor. Please do something to reverse this unjust, unconstitutional abortion ban so that I can go back to raw dogging birthing people that I meet outside of Arby's and drug rehabilitation centers.
Oh,
and if you're watching
happy birthday, Dominique's daughter. Have a good day. It's Monday, so it's actually a great day to wait to start off the week.
this online and you want to smoke Sister
Oh
Suicide
my
later,
God.
chill with me.
Come
Hit my
on, Belly.
Instagram, Bright Time Stein.
Stop it.
All one
Step-
word.
step
And my
cranky.
Twitter, Alex999. My picture is Greta Thunberg wearing a mask, and my bio says, "Free the nipple." Thank you, Mayor Johnson. I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Have a good one.
Yo.
Thank you.
When that Mayor Johnson scandal happened, I think it's Mayor Johnson, whoever the Dallas mayor is, to where he cheated on his wife, bro, he lights into him. Funny way, but he does it enough. He lights into him. All right. Now that oh, white girl wasted, right, Jilly? Let's see. So now we have a body cam. What I can't remember which one this is. All right, so this is what? It took my last video out. Hold on. That's strange. Where is it at? I don't know why it took it out. Here it is. So this next one, this is why I say we have overprotective fathers, but this is also a reason I want people to ensure your daughters have a form of
In
protection
September 2000,
and or know how to protect herself,
in
especially at
September
a young age, because the young lady in this video is 15 years old. This is not a case of pedophilia. This is actually worse. And not worse, but in my eyes, it's about as equal. Good morning, Laura. Is it Armistice Day for you? Or is that somewhere else? Anyway, let's get back to the story. It was a 15-year-old daughter and a 17-year-old boy. And the boy obviously had feelings for this 15-year-old girl. And the girl is obviously like, "You're a simp. Get the fuck away from me." But that's not how it happened, but it ended up being that way. And this is why I say, have a dog at your house, big dog, or one that barks a lot. You know, like an alarm system. In Iraq, we called them the Iraqi ADT. Have a gun, or a knife, or a baseball bat, or a fucking cannon. If you have a cannon, that would probably be way better, because you probably won't even have to shoot it. Well, let's get into this story.
2022, police were dispatched to a residence following the report of an attack in Onalaska, Wisconsin. Earlier that evening, a 15-year-old girl had been spending time with 17-year-old Austin Bailey.
Oh, he looked
She
like a
was
winner.
aware that Austin had strong feelings for her, but she did not feel the same way and saw him only as a friend. After he had dropped her off at home, she discovered from a friend that Austin had been secretly taking
Machete.
photos of her while she was asleep
Yes,
in her
machete.
bed and storing them in
Or
a
a hack.
folder labeled "Love of My Life." Realizing his obsession with her, she texted Austin and told him not to contact her again, to which he responded with an apology. She then told him to lose her number. Later that night, Austin returned to her home, entered through a window, and violently attacked her with a knife. The girl managed to break free, and Austin fled through the window. Officers then quickly responded to the scene and attempted to
You know what the
locate
fuck I mean?
Austin.
This is why you intimidate every male that comes around your daughter. For me, it's really fucking easy, and I don't really have to say anything. Dogs, weapons, and a cannon.
why don't you go ahead and stage first responders and trust it.
1918, when we get stopped, I'm gonna grab Leslie Thor away.
10-4, you got a 40 or engaged?
No, I got an orange one.
I got the 40, I'll grab it. 318, myself at 19 around scene.
Shout, dude. We were dealing with him, I don't know, 5-6 days ago. He mentioned some by cop on a few calls we were dealing with. So just anybody that's gonna be checking the park, be ready for him to pop up behind a car or anything like that.
They said he's not in there, so let's make sure he's not around here. I got less lethal, so I want to make sure I got some local coverage.
Less lethal? Come on.
Come check this way.
318, he also usually wears glasses, sometimes has a baseball cap on.
They subsequently made contact with the girl who had all over her face, arms, and body.
Can't say blood.
First responders in here. She's getting dizzy. She's got a couple cuts. We're gonna need to protect these guys out here when they get here for her. It's just, I mean, we don't have a choice. We need to get her help, but we gotta protect these guys when they get here too. I don't know where the he is. You guys gotta be careful. We don't know where he is. So we're gonna stay here with you guys. She needs help. We couldn't wait. Okay. Doing that one. She's in the kitchen on a chair. Okay. You know what window he came in? Yeah, this one right here. So we don't know where he is, but we want to get you guys in here. You guys gotta be careful. We don't know where he is yet, so we're hanging out. She's got a real bad one to the pinky. She's got one on the head, and she's got one in the neck. She said the one in the neck's not bad. She's got pressure on all the other ones. We gotta cover these guys.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was just thinking too.
You want me rifle or handgun right now?
You might as well stick rifle. Well, I've got less lethal, and if we get him stood, that's fine, but...
Less lethal is actually fucking hurt. We used to shoot them at each other because we're dumb grunts. And then we used to shoot them at the Iraqis.
Wherever we go, we gotta go 2-man deep. Yeah, I just think somebody's probably gonna do it. Somebody probably have to go with them.
I believe that's his car. Let's move up.
Have we had any contact with Austin's mom?
Haven't made contact yet. We're working our way up to it.
I think he cut himself. That's her blood. Yeah, but why? She had blood all over her head.
Well, yes, the head is very vascular, so any small cut would create
Later on,
a
police
lot
went to
of
multiple areas throughout the city to check for Austin, but were still unable to locate him.
318, just information for the other units who might be checking. He possibly might be going to an apartment on Street as well.
I think I'm okay for photographs. You want to run through the room with the... Are you sure that he went out the window? Yeah, I checked the house already. I wonder if she was asleep. I mean, I really didn't get to interview her. So, here's going to be the deal with trying to find him, right? Last week when he was doing the running around town stuff, he said he saw me a bunch of times when I was looking for him. He would just run. He just knows to duck and dive and dodge. And I don't know where to go now since everybody else has been cruising around. I mean, he's still close? I would imagine he's probably still right around here somewhere. Could have just hopped on the bike trail and gone either direction. How old is this kid? 17.
318, residence is clear. He's not here.
His phone's been shot for a week, didn't have any minutes. Unless they charged it in the last 3 or 4 days while I was off. I got his number. Right here.
Call him.
10-4. He must have added minutes because it's ringing this time. Last week it wasn't.
I'm Officer Gordon. This is Deputy Leenfeld.
Wait, they already know the guy.
So, I don't know what's going on with Austin tonight. He went over to his house.
Yeah, that's the last I know.
So, well, he came in through her window tonight and her. So, it's imperative that we find him.
Yeah.
Any idea where he might have gone? I mean, we're checking kind of the usual spots.
Yeah, you should find him and put him in jail.
I mean, the problem with this park is, like, there's so many sheds that are unlocked. There's campers parked on the road, literally be hiding anywhere.
Is she gonna be okay?
None of them didn't appear life-threatening. I mean, I'll say that much. But I also didn't get a good look at it. It sounds like she was in the hand and possibly the head and the neck.
Did she lose her pinky?
I don't know if something happened between him and her today. I know he's kind of been spiraling the last week or so. Yeah. If he comes home,
You really want to fuck somebody over for the rest of their lives, torture-wise, to where that you really don't have to inflict much pain, but they're gonna remember it. Cut off their fucking thumbs.
Guy's probably not even letting him in. I don't know what frame of mind he's in right now.
No, we'll be keeping his ass out.
Yep. So lock the doors. You know, as soon as you see him, give us a call right away.
Yeah, we sure will.
Okay.
And he's all yours. Believe me, if he was here, you could take him.
Yep. Oh, absolutely.
I support what you guys do. I'm just, oh my God, I can't believe this happened.
They were eventually able to contact him by phone, during which it sounded like he was walking outside.
I just don't want to, I don't know what's going to mess up his track. Talk to him?
Hey, he called you back.
Hey, Austin, you okay, buddy? No? What's going on, man? Where you at? Why not? Yeah? She's gonna be okay. 319 has him on the phone, trying to figure out where he's at. Where are you, buddy? You remember me? You remember dude, it's me from last week, all right? I know.
At least someone's
it's me
taking
from last
notes.
week, buddy. It's Officer Kingery. Okay, cool. Well, let's end this a good way then, huh? Yeah, this ain't the end of the world, man. She's gonna be okay. You're okay too yet. I couldn't hear you, sorry. Her. She's gonna be okay, Austin. Okay, that's the important part right now. She'll be all right. We got her help, and she's okay.
Bro, I need her. What don't you get?
I know, man. I know.
I've been away for a long time, bro. I'm 17. I'm trying as an adult.
I know how you feel right now, but what we don't. But Austin, you and I, what we don't want to do is make this any worse than it is. Okay? Right now, it's not the end of the world.
Nuclear with it.
Okay.
I say go nuclear with it.
Okay.
Because what the fuck now? What if I got to lose now? My whole life just got thrown away.
Where are you acting? Where
this
can I
is a
find you?
suicide
Instead of
by
somebody
cop
else
bitch,
find you?
too.
I would rather
I'd
talk to you.
someone else find me if I'm being honest.
I know. I don't want that to happen though. I would rather me and you talk and we get this hashed out, man.
He also mentioned making statements about by police and said that if he were found, he would need to be killed.
We can handle this, you and I.
No, if the cops show up, man, I'm willing.
Is there a place that you and I can meet where we can have some distance and we can talk this out?
314 further information. He's making by cop statements. He says if he sees a cop, he's gonna die.
No.
So we don't have a
Not to be rude or
conversation?
anything, but I'm gonna hang up this call now because I
All
have things I gotta take care of before I die.
Austin, please don't do this, buddy, okay?
It's too fucking late, man.
You gotta work with
You
me
wanna hear about your PlayStation?
You gotta work with me here.
Why?
So that nothing bad happens, okay?
Dude, so nothing bad happens, even though I just someone.
She's gonna be okay though. That's what I'm telling you, man. She's gonna be all right. I don't want this to go, this is as bad as it's gotta get right now.
314 is listening to him on the phone. It sounds like he's probably walking.
No.
Please let me help you.
Oh.
He won't tell me where he is. He's definitely outdoors walking somewhere. He won't meet me anywhere. He's making threats of suicide by cop again. He sounded pretty convincing. If we find him.
Yeah, I believe it.
It's gonna happen. And normally in this situation we could just let him cool off. But
Yeah, but not like that. We can't even let him go home.
Not with this. One of us should have a
Oh, yeah, let him go home.
Probably. I wonder if we should try calling him back. I think that'll just piss him off even more.
There we go.
I don't know. It's a
Bring out the fun
for
one.
the location. Absolute nightmare. Should I call him again? I would try it. 319. Can you note I tried to call, no answer. He won't tell me where he is. Remember what he was like last week? He's
Way elevated.
He's way above it. He remembered me though, and
During the call, dispatch pinged Austin's phone and was able to identify a possible location for him.
318 myself and 119 will head up.
Canvass the area.
hey man, it's me again. You all right?
If you're asking if I'm safe, yeah.
Okay. What can we do, man? How can we handle this?
Can we have him back on the phone? What did he say?
Said he's safe right now. What that means?
Austin soon agreed to meet at the high school where police had interacted with him during a prior incident. Before leaving, a few officers stayed at the pinged location in case Austin was being misleading about where he was.
Hello.
Hey, will you meet with me somewhere, Austin?
No.
You gotta get yourself turned in, buddy. Okay?
I'm either way.
Well,
Let me enjoy a little bit of freedom for another hour or so.
okay. Will you meet with me somewhere at least? Tell me where you are, and I'll come meet with you.
I don't trust people right now.
I understand that.
Police.
Yeah, I understand that. Me and you got history, right, bud? I mean,
Very good history.
We do. You and I do. You and some of the other cops don't, but you and I do. I treated you like a man last week. Remember?
Don't fuck that guy.
Sure. But I treated you like a man last week, remember? I didn't throw you in my car and stuff you.
Really nice to me. Holy shit.
I know, dude. I just want to handle this, me and you.
We both know that's not how it's gonna happen.
It's gotta, man. It's the only way this ends a good way.
Dude, there is no good way.
There's the way that we have right now, and then there's a bad way. And what we have right now is not the end of the world.
Dude, I'm going to prison for a long time.
I told you she's gonna be fine.
Yeah, and they're gonna love you.
I will never be able to get a good job. I just threw my life away. Dude, I don't think you understand.
You pick the spot, and I'll meet you there. Tell me where you're at, and I'll find you.
Meet me at the high school.
At the high school?
West High School.
We had the same spot we were last time at the flagpole?
I would have them stay away for a minute. That's kind of a tricky thing to do, though.
I need people.
I need people.
It can't be just me and you.
They're gonna have to sit like a block or two away.
He's agreeing to meet with me up at the high school. But if we have 6 squad cars fly in there all at the same time before I get there, he's probably not gonna do it. Probably the same place we met with him last week.
I copy. I'll head over there.
You're gonna ride in the same car? This is like 2 squad. I'll park over by.
I'm out with the subject here at Quincy and
Huh?
I don't know that it's him.
I don't know what this guy looks like.
He looks like
I know him.
a trailer park boy. That's the best way I can say it. Like a guy that works in a mechanic shop.
He looks like a trailer park boy.
Nope, that's not him. Yep, I saw it, man. 318, that's not going to be him. If 108 and 512 want to stay in this area, just in case that ping comes back in the same. Yeah, if you guys hang out here, just in case it pings back here. 18 location, I'm walking in from the library in the north.
I'm gonna try calling him. 319, we don't have eyes on him here. The spot he was at the high school last week. Tried calling again, he didn't answer.
At the high school, dispatch received a sudden 911 call from someone claiming to know Austin's whereabouts and that he was running around the ping location before abruptly hanging up.
We're getting a call now that he's at the Quincy Street Apartments. We're trying to get exact apartment in the building. I'm not sure who it is. We're getting a call about it, but they just hung up on us.
I can see him calling and saying he's up there.
He said outside the Quincy Street Apartments, now running, and the caller hung up.
I'm gonna stay.
I'll stay here.
A deputy who stayed at the location advised they had found Austin and had him at gunpoint after he tried to flee on foot.
108, what's your track? 108, we got him outside those apartments. He's running southbound.
A female cop.
I'll go to Bluebird. I might go with you.
So he's heading southwest.
Good. Now there's weed. There's another cop. Good.
108, there's bystanders.
Uh-oh.
It's going to be a group of younger juveniles.
318 on scene, I got less lethal.
Several officers responded and observed that he was holding a knife in his right hand.
Hey, faggot, what you doing?
Hey, look at me and keep talking to me, okay? I'm good. Drop the knife.
Austin, drop the knife, man. Just drop the knife, man. Drop the knife.
That's a non-lethal. That's not non-lethal.
Yeah, I'll myself. Either way, I'm gonna stop.
Stop. Drop the knife, Austin.
Looks like we got a little f***ing audience, all these other people.
Drop the knife, Austin.
Austin, man, let's talk about it.
What's there to talk about?
Austin, drop the knife.
Time do you say that?
Quite a lot.
Can you at least just sit and take a breath for a little bit? No, I'm good. We'll back up. Just sit down for a second, take a breath, okay? You just need to stop and think for a minute, okay? That's what I'm trying to do, but my mind just keeps drawing a blank.
Richie, you ready if you need to move up?
It's not over. You're 17. Let's talk about it.
No, it's not.
Can you just drop the knife so we can talk, man?
You cover me, Richie, so I can talk to him? Okay. Hey, bud. Hey, buddy, it's me. Okay?
Me.
You okay?
What do you think?
I know things aren't good right
you're
now.
okay. Just
But
lean
like
against
we talked
the
on the
window.
phone, dude, okay? We gotta stop it now. Like we said, it's not the end of the world right now. She's gonna be okay. She's fine. This has gotta be it though, Austin, okay?
314. Stage medical at the middle school.
Just put that thing down, okay? Please. Who's got last one? Just one?
Well, they already expect
You got
something
two
to
less
go down.
lethals? That's Travis, you wanna come over here? Or no?
That's
Gunshot.
non-lethal.
I'm alright. I like my angle. Just watch out for the bounce.
Right up.
Seeing that the other officers were prepared for a less lethal response, a round was deployed at Austin.
I'm gonna go off you.
Get him!
Impact!
First of all, you notice that little faggot? Second of all, he didn't get the full force of that. He wouldn't bitch if it got the full force of that.
Go off you.
Impact!
Drop the knife! Drop it! Drop the knife!
It is dropped.
You're gonna be making that sound in prison.
Your tax dollars being put to good use, I see. It's draining. Holy fuck.
319. Less lethal deployed, shot. First responders, please. To, I think we're at, what, 510? We're 95.
You got anything else on you?
I got my keys, my wallet.
You got any other knives? Any needles?
No.
Anything that's gonna poke, stick, or stab me?
No, just the one.
Did you somebody pick that up?
Yeah, that's right.
You got it? All right.
Anything, eh?
Sit him on his butt. Get this side. That work? Thank you, sir. You bet. Thank you.
My phone. Jeez. That thing I got shot with.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you guys' help.
Hey, no problem.
We were a little short tonight.
Phone baton.
Stand up. Oh, fuck. You pull my pants
There's a lot of shit in this
Grab him in a
pocket.
minute.
What the hell?
Where's he got it? It's in his leg. It's in the thigh.
Yeah, I got it. His phone took the majority of the hit, looks like.
Oh, you up my phone?
Maybe.
Hey, $50 for that thing anyway.
We got a car up here?
Oh, God. Oh, my phone.
Got buddy stickers from him. Right over here. All right, thanks, guys. Boss.
Good work. All right, I'm going to take a seat in here for a second.
Mark that. Holy f***, that hurts. Oh.
You just popped my body cam off and on it.
Dude, it hit your phone. It
Hit
could
him
have
right in
been
the
worse.
phone, huh? I don't know where it was. Scared him just enough.
So he took a less lethal in the left thigh. We've got him in the back of that squad car now. It looks like his phone absorbed the majority of it. But
Austin, are you hurt anywhere else? Are you hurt anywhere else? Okay, just your leg.
He's even got the fucking glasses of a fucking...
Wow.
It was a 40 millimeter less lethal round. Looks like the phone took most of it, but he still has some pain in his thigh.
So he got shot, he didn't get stabbed.
Nope, shot with the less lethal.
He got shot with this. It hit him right. It hit him square in the phone though. So I think that took the brunt of it. It must have been in his pocket.
Let's get the cot. Let's get the cot. Same incident?
What's that?
Same incident?
Yeah, this is the guy. Austin, any drugs or alcohol tonight, just so I can tell these guys no? No? Okay.
You'll have to talk to her. I couldn't get a lot out of her because we were trying to get her out of into the ambulance. Okay. It sounds like she wasn't even, like he went through the window where she wasn't even paying attention, so
yeah.
I don't know what she's going to say.
You're sure you're not hurt anywhere else? It's just the leg? Okay.
Doesn't really hurt anymore.
No?
Yeah, slap him around a little more.
I think we're still going to get you looked at though, alright?
thank you, guys.
Yeah, you're welcome.
That's awesome.
Ow, ow.
Yeah. Just you can just stay sitting up around.
I'm going to go call mom, let her know that he's going to the hospital and in jail.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
At the hospital, he stated that he was going to prison for a long time, admitted he didn't know why he did it, and expressed that he loved her.
You go down Alaska High?
I did.
Drop out or what?
Expelled.
Okay.
Oh.
I even got shit going for him. That's some cute little white girl. They can get away with everything. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean it. Get away then. Yeah, I went up for what I did. Can get, if I'm lucky, probably 20 years.
I read him Miranda. He wouldn't talk, but as I was talking to him, he would say shit. He'd be like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I loved her. I'm going to prison for 20 years.
So she said that when she woke up, he was strangling her, but it didn't restrict her airway or anything like that. I was like, did it restrict your airway at all? She said, no, he's a pussy, so. Oh, she said, no, he's a pussy, so.
314 out of the jail.
She called him a beta bitch. That wasn't much of nothing. I like it. I like it. I'm for it. I'm here for it. Yes, I was thinking the Dahmer with the glasses.
Concrete bench to the left. Take a seat. Don't get up until the jailers come out. I know we searched you a couple times. You don't have anything else on you, do you? No, like little pocket knives, nothing hidden anywhere. No? Okay. I just don't want them to find it and have another charge. You've been up all night, Austin? Have you been up all night? Is that why you're tired? Okay. You normally stay up all night or no? No? Hey, Austin. Can I maybe try to stay awake just until they come out?
What a winner.
As a result, Austin was charged with felony counts of attempted first-degree intentional homicide, armed burglary, and was subsequently given a cash bond set at $50,000. Over a year later, he was found guilty due to a no-contest plea of attempted first-degree intentional homicide. The other charge was dismissed but read in. Ultimately, Austin was sentenced to 16 years in Wisconsin State Prison, followed by 4 years of extended supervision.
How do you know 20 years?
And again, don't forget to visit our
I forgot what I was going to say. I wonder how wide his asshole is going to be when he gets out of the jail. When he farts, it's going to be like, yeah, that's exactly what's going to... Yeah, the girl survived. They were just minor cuts, and she pretty much called him a pussy, which... Hey, that's today's generation. That's today's generation. Oh, man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children that are 18 and above, hope y'all enjoyed the content I provided for you today. I feel like we all learned something. Maybe we didn't. We all laughed. Right? Jilly got all wet. Anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not telling y'all how to think, because then that would just wouldn't make sense. That would make it religion, right? I'm just telling y'all to think. And I will see you next time. Pretty sure I don't know when that's going to be, or it's going to be tomorrow. I just don't know.